Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Bonsai Blacksmith. Today we have some trees from Asia. We have some Neem, we have tropical almond, we have a Ficus microcarpa, and a Song of India. We're going to take these trees here for now out of the pot, which will be a plastic training pot. I'll refer to it as such for the rest of the video, is this. And when I have a stainless pot forged or a clay one made, I'll go ahead and take the forest and trim the roots to go into this pot. So I just cheat and drill some holes in a plastic mixing tray. This is for mortar, actually, for bricks and tile. And this is how I just make impromptu forest trays on the cheap. That's enough for now. Now let's go ahead and get this planted up. Here I have these trees ready to go in what's going to be a plastic training pot for this bonsai forest. I'm going to mimic a forest of the Indian subcontinent. We have some neem trees, we have the tropical almond, we have a ficus back here, microcarpa, and we have a Song of India. Alright, so I put a layer of composted soil and perlite just to kind of block the holes that I drilled in there. Now, in theory of bonsai forests, you want the taller trees in the front, smaller trees in the back. At least that's my understanding right now of it. So that's going to be my goal. So I'm going to probably put the neem in the front, in the foreground, and the other smaller trees in the background. Let's go, and in regards to taking these trees out, some of these I'm just going to leave in their soil, because this ficus I planted 2 weeks ago. I just received it. It's doing quite well. It's quite healthy, but I think I'm going to leave it in the soil so its roots have a chance to not have to fight again. I will explore the roots of the tropical almond. So I think maybe I should do that first. So what I'll do is the messier, actually I don't mind. It's got some black stone on it. Let's take out the tropical almond. Let me get a zoom on there for you. All right. So we got the zoom here, so you should see this fairly well. Go ahead and get my root hook here. One of my trusty root hooks anyway. Go ahead and just remove this tree from the pot. Not sure how easy that's going to be. I planted this tree from seed, and I put it right into an air pot as soon as it started to develop on its own. All right, here we go. I think it's actually it's got quite a root base on it. As you can see, it's actually a very sturdy root base on there. Go ahead and break that up. Save some of that soil. That's actually good soil. See if we got an abari here. Now, this tree's got some weird thinning going on in the trunk. So that's one reason I picked it for the forest. Yeah, this is got a lot of fine roots on this little seedling. This thing is only maybe 7 months old, maximum. Yeah, so this tree is gonna need an entire root pruning, basically. So let's go ahead and give it that right now. While we're thinking about it. Now this tree is deciduous. It does lose its leaves occasionally throughout the year. I guess it's a very long root. I think that's probably one of the original tap roots. Since I put this tree in a shallow pot from seed, it's kind of got a root system trained to grow flat. I'm starting to discover this now. I'll look in here. Yeah, this is see, the roots are almost like an L-shaped tree. Just using my hands here to get that loosened up. See what we're working with for a root base. Wow. That's quite the root base. So I'm going to cut that back. Original seed husk there that it grew in. It's got some roots going the other way. This tree is mostly 90-degree root system. Alright, so what am I going to do with this root system? Great question. Keep breaking this out for a second just to confirm my suspicions. We got way too many roots facing up. I'm going to do something pretty drastic, I think, here. I think I'm going to cut that much of the root system off. That's a lot. Big cut. I think necessary. What I'm going to do to that is I'm going to also trying to think where I want to snip here. Probably it's already got ramification there and back budding there. Snip the top off. Snip that back. Let's see here. We don't want that to branch either. We'll leave that tree like this for now. Big cuts all around, but I don't think it could support too much more. So I'm going to put this tree probably center for now in this arrangement, which is effectively here. Get this other soil type here I have. How high do I want it? I don't want it too high, actually. I know it's a really deep pot, but compared to the other trees, though, I might have to because the neems are pretty deep. Those are going to have to be cut back, too. So I'm just going to put this tree here like so for now. The wind is starting to pick up, which is not advantageous for me. Now, if I can't get it to stay, that's okay, because we can come at that a different way later. Now, we should probably go ahead and work on these neem. I'll spin this around like so. We'll move that way. Actually, I work on both the neems at once. We're going to move that tree over there for now. I'm going to bring this here to catch the dirt from these, because the soil is different on the neem tree. It's more clay based. There we go. Use my forged pen knife here to strip that plastic. These trees have fairly been in these plastic bags for way too long. So that's one. Let's get number 2 here. Oh, that was pretty clean. Clean that off. Get rid of the grass is growing on that. There's 2. Now let's I'll lean this one over so it doesn't fall over. Let's break up this root ball. Let's see what we're working with here. Right now, as I see, it's too big. It's twice the size I'd ever want a bonsai root base to be. So let's see if we can break this up. That is actually pretty tough stuff, guys. Let me tell you. I might need a bigger root hook. There we go. Keep going at it like this. Might be easier just to saw it off. Man, I don't know. That would be a tragedy, wouldn't it? Just to saw that. I've seen them do it a lot on the YouTubes. I don't know if I want to do that. I want to check out these roots. I've never seen the roots of a neem tree, and I bet neither have you, so probably good that we're doing this. Probably should have soaked these in water maybe before doing this. This is crazy. Make sure you guys can see what I'm seeing. So, let's get this all this clay removed. It's gonna take a few more moments to get all these trees free of the clay bases they're in. Well, I don't want to destroy the roots either. I don't want these clay plugs sitting in my soil because they're really not going to be productive for root pruning or tree health or anything. They're just these nasty plugs. Try not to stab your hand. That's key. Keep spinning this around until this breaks up. Got some cracking there. There we go. That's what I want to see. Let's see what this root base. Now, if I can see a developed radial root base high up, I might actually cut this and save us all some time. To me, it looks like the roots are just falling apart here. Thinking we're doing more damage to these roots than I am good, because the clay is just ripping them off, the fine roots. That's a tough decision, although it does have quite some nice thickening down here at the base, so let's keep going. Yeah, well, I'll probably take half these roots off, but I still gotta free the roots from all this clay. This is ridiculous. There's a helicopter flying overhead. Beating on that. That's gonna be I'm gonna keep working on this, guys, and I'll be back. I'm gonna save you guys the torture. So this is what the broken up root ball of the Neem looks like, and here is the other one. I freed both of them from the root ball, so this is the second one. So you can see we've already lost about 50%. But I'll go ahead and just do a little bit more pruning on these. So, before I place these trees, I'm just gonna analyze these root balls. I need ramification, basically. I also want to cut some of these long ones back because we don't want that in these trees. I think that's enough for now. I'm not gonna do any more than that. This tree is gonna go forward here. That's his twin brother. Same idea. It's a pretty nasty root, but that could also, in theory, be something we can use in the future. So let's try to use that. This one goes up. We don't want the one that goes up. Take that off. This one is higher up. That offers some potential radial roots in the future. So you want to keep that. This long guy really is useless, but there's some small ones behind it here that we're going to keep. I think I'm going to keep those roots on just for now and then let it grow out and trim it again after it has a chance to grow that out. So now this tree will go forward here and that tree will go forward there. Now I need some more soil, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some more soil up. Rough plant this tree here. Get rid of the old roots. It's getting dark out here. I apologize for that. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll check that camera here once this tree has just been rough placed. Place tree. There we go. So I want to place the next tree, which you may not be able to see. There we go. Right here. Let's give the other tree in the foreground, basically. I'll go ahead and get some soil around that. This has got some perlite already mixed with the compost. This is Carolina soil, beautiful stuff. If you've never had it, I highly recommend it. If it's available in your area, definitely get it. So, we'll just rough set this tree here just to see how this looks. Put a zoom out so you guys can see where I'm going with this. You can see here zoomed out what the rough front of the forest would be versus the back of the forest. I'll go ahead and set the next two trees. Here's what they call the Song of India. We'll go ahead and plant this in the middle of this arrangement. So we'll get this out of the pot. So this is going to be a little bit of an adventure for me because I don't really want to strip the roots off this tree. I just want to plant it as is if I can. There we go. Oh yeah, we got lots of roots on this. Beautiful. I want to plant this tree right here, basically. Right there for now. I don't know though. Now that I see it there, I don't think that's the best place for it. I think that's going to make that way too cluttered. I think what we're going to have to do is take this tree and place it here on an angle, maybe even like so. Then take the ficus, which I just planted in very loose soil. It's only been in that pot for 2 weeks, and place the ficus here instead. I don't want any symmetry. I wanted it to be asymmetric into the pot. There we go, with room to add a couple other things in the future here. I think that's ideal. I think that's the general plan, everybody. Here is the forest rough planted up right now. Everything's just set in here loosely. But this is the general idea that I'm going with for the forest. Alright folks, well this was a quick and easy video. These plants need some time to establish themselves, grow roots. I don't need to trim much of these. I did most of the heavy pruning on the almond, the tropical almond here, because I cut most of its root system off. I'm going to let the neem trees respond. I'm not sure how they're going to. They are Fabaceae family, which I'm the most familiar with that type of tree. So hopefully that'll bounce back. I did nothing to the root bases of the ficus or of the Song of India, so they should continue to grow uninterrupted but in a better environment with more space. I'm not putting any like rock or a top layer substrate on this forest for now. I'm going to let the moss take over. In the future I may have other additions for this forest. So I left it bare so nature can do its thing. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. And thank you for hanging out with me for another episode of the Bonsai Blacksmith. Until next time.